Good morning, everybody. Guess what time it is? It's wrestling time. Yeah, I'm joined this morning by with Eric Dubowski. Good morning, Eric.
What's going on, everybody?
And Ed DeVaco.
How's it going?
Man, are you guys excited? It's wrestling season. It's cold outside today.
We're getting ready.
Yeah, it's that time of year.
So, Eric, you are newly elected to the membership director.
Yes, sir.
With our merger, we are now one team, one fight, Arkansas USA Wrestling. Congratulations on that.
No, thank you very much.
Ed, you are the chairman of the Arkansas Youth Wrestling Committee. That is aligned there. A lot of exciting things coming out of that. And we're set up operationally for another great season. Ed, what do we got on tap for this year?
Well, we've got a full lineup of tournaments coming up all over the state, to include a new one that we didn't have last year. We've got our Triple Crown events lined up. Cabot's leading off with that one the weekend after Thanksgiving. We've got Russellville and their Terry Davis Classic. Also for the third one as well. So we've got new awards and new design for that. And that'll be posted at some point to give people a chance to see what it is, but they're going to be big events. And, and then we've got state later in the year, and we're expecting huge numbers for that as well.
Speaking of huge numbers, Eric, tell us a little bit about, we've been reporting on our numbers, and I think we're at historic highs, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, Coach. We're doing it's a job well done by the state, by everyone right now. We're sitting at almost 1,200 athletes, 1,180 athletes, which is up 67% year over year from this time last year. And out of those 1,180 athletes, you can see in the state we've added girls divisions. We have 200 female wrestlers, which is up 111% year over year. So job well done. You can see why we're adding those girls events in almost all of our ARYW tournaments. And we're early in the season. We're almost through our total amount of athletes from last year through August, and it's only Halloween, October 31st. So I'm really excited. These events are going to be the biggest we've ever had in the state. I'm sure of it.
That is awesome. Ed, do you want to talk a little bit about our growth in women's? It's kind of organic growth. Women's wrestling is the most popular and fastest growing sport in the United States. But we've kind of been proactive with our youth, with Arkansas Youth Wrestling. Christina Taylor has got together with a group of other passionate parents and wrestlers, and we've got the women's committee, girls committee, and this year we're excited to add a bunch more girls tournament, girls only, correct?
That's correct. Right now, I believe we've got 8 on the docket. Cabot will be one of the first ones as well with that Triple Crown event. There will be a girls tournament going on, and I've actually requested that Christina invite the girls and women's committee to be down there to help facilitate that, to interact with the girls wrestling, and see, based on that event, how they can continue to grow and support the girls wrestling across the state. And another thing with that tournament as well is on Sunday, we're doing a dual tournament, and it kind of gives the kids a chance to see, in the individual sport, the team side of it. So we're hoping that, a bunch of clubs, and if they need to team up, with another club to put together a full team, but they can get a day of individual wrestling on Saturday and come back on Sunday and do that dual tournament. We've got teams coming up from Louisiana. We've got one committed from Tennessee to come over, and a couple across the state of Arkansas so far. So we're hoping for a good turnout with that. But yeah, so we'll have the Triple Crown, we'll have the girls event, we'll have duels, and then again there will be, I think we had 2 girls tournaments across the state before the actual state competition. This year we're upwards of 8, so there'll be more opportunities for them to wrestle in those girls tournaments.
I think even our kickoff tournament, right? Eric, you guys are going to have it. We're going to talk a little bit more about Bentonville and kicking off that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna kick off the season with the opportunity for girls, and the way we're going to do that this year is through the split sessions. So we're going to have girls only tournaments in one session, and then the open opposite divisions, and they can switch. So girls will actually have a double opportunity this year, so they can wrestle in girls only, and then hop over into the open sessions on the other side. So we're really looking at the growth of women's wrestling, girls wrestling, and then to add on that, we can do so much at a time. This year, we're concentrating again, obviously, of getting girls wrestling viable to have their own brackets and their own tournament and build that up toward. And we see the numbers, starting to reach that. We got 200 registered right now. And then next year, we'll kind of transition. We've talked a little bit throughout the state of having novice tournaments be more prominent as well. So as we grow, we're going to continue to have that. We offer, there's 2 novice tournaments this year that will be offered. You'll look for those. And then we have novice state. So along with our robust open tournaments, adding now 8 women's tournaments, 8 girls tournaments, and then 2 novice. And next year we're going to add more novice. Gentlemen, I think the work that these ladies and gentlemen are doing on the committee is outstanding. Arkansas wrestling has come up to another level. We're doing a lot of work with our officials. Eric, you want to talk a little bit about our little preseason? We had a preseason last week, and 4 or 5 new officials out there. Got to call our very own Eric Dubowski out there.
Oh yeah, that's some of you may have seen me on the mat. I was over at Springdale at Harbor High School for the Boo Bash. Awesome, the continuing the great wrestling in the state. We had a little under 200 wrestlers come out, into sort of for a startup. Harbor Wrestling did a great job, getting those athletes as many matches as possible. We had exhibition matches, and like I said, we had 4 new referees, including myself, who's out there getting a feel for every part of the sport. 3 of those referees, if I'm correct, were state champion wrestlers in Arkansas. So it's amazing after, I guess, close to, I don't know, a little over a decade, that those wrestlers that have gone through our youth system, through high school, and are now giving back to the sport by, putting on the referee uniform and coming out, and they were really excited about it. They got to call a lot of matches. And thanks to we had a lot of top athletes that you all know from the circuit in the past in the state join us. So there was some high level stuff going on there. And it's going to continue throughout the season, but it's really exciting. It's another foundation we're building in the state to have great officiating, great events, great venues. It's just another fantastic part. But great weekend of wrestling that happened last weekend, and then we got more to come, this upcoming weekend as well. So it was awesome.
That's great. And we're going to talk a little bit about your event here. One second, Ed. We had a fantastic turnout and fantastic delivery of our first annual and inaugural Iron Man, Iron Woman Awards. I just want to touch on that. I'm going to show some pictures here in a minute. Those things were fantastic. We had 11 awardees this year. You want to tell us a little bit about that award and kind of what our hopes are for the future?
Yeah, so that was really big. It was something new for the state. We had 11 Ironman awards, 10 Ironman, 1 Iron Woman, and those wrestlers won both the folk style, the freestyle, and the Greco-Roman state championship. And we recognized them at our annual meeting out in Russellville, and they received awesome trophies. And the objective, we just want to make sure that people know that, we've got that freestyle and Greco going, and hopefully get more involvement in that so we can build our national teams to go out and represent the state of Arkansas and compete at higher levels. And, it was, I said, those trophies were awesome. The wrestlers, the parents, were impressed with them. And it was just good to recognize the wrestlers across the state that are putting in the time and the effort to get to those higher levels and then go out and represent us at the national level.
Outstanding stuff. Well, Ed, we're going to look forward to more podcasts with you and hear more about from what's going on within the Arkansas youth wrestling. as we get closer to state and that information coming out. We thank you for coming on. We're going to talk with Eric a little bit more about his tournament coming up. And Ed, we thank you for what you're doing with Arkansas Youth Wrestling, and let's put on a great season.
All right, I think it is going to be a great one. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Eric. So let's talk a little bit about our first event of the season. You own that one, right? Bentonville Kickoff. We're excited. What's going on there?
Yeah, so I was saying I'm getting my, I'm just jumping right in the pool, helping co-run the Bentonville Tiger Kickoff Classic. It's sponsored by Standard Roofing. They're coming in. It's going to be this Saturday, November 4th, 9 o'clock. Wrestling's going to start. Doors open at 8. As you said before, we're going to be doing a split session. It's going to be a Division 1, 4, and 5 for the open, and Division 2 and 3 for the females in the morning. And then it's going to switch at either 1 o'clock or 30 minutes after the first session, no earlier than 1. So it should be a great day of wrestling. We have multiple states have already registered through the USA wrestling portal. I know a lot of clubs are coming in. We have commitments from Pottsville, the Honey Badgers up here in Bentonville, the Bentonville Wrestling Club, Springdale, Dover, Seneca, Missouri, sending in some gentlemen from Kansas. So we have a lot of good wrestling that's about to happen this weekend. We also have a Division 5 where we have some new freshman wrestlers coming in that go under our new under 15. So there's going to be competition for everyone, open and girls. So we have trophies for first place. It's going to be a great day, great venue. And then I'll throw this out there. If you're in town early, Walmart up here has their Toyland going on November 3rd on Friday. If you're up in Bentonville, that's one of the big events here up here. So if you're going to make a weekend out of it, go and stop by there on Friday and then come and wrestle on Saturday. Remote weigh-ins, just get a hold of me, send me an email just saying, hey, we're going to weigh in our club, and get them to me by Thursday night, or I'm sorry, Friday night. Thursday night registration ends at midnight, and we should be good to go. We're looking really forward to kicking this off. Coach Adams over at Bentonville has everything all set up. We're going to be using the new clocks that our state has bought. One of those things that we're building a better Arkansas wrestling. So it's going to be a fantastic day of wrestling. I'm really looking forward to it.
I think you pointed out a good point that our competition level is up too. We're going to have some good competition at this one. I've had some people reach out from Oklahoma as well. We're going to have some hammers coming through there. So and some good novice wrestling as well to kind of balance that out. I'm really excited to see our ladies out there get their own division and wrestle in their own. So I encourage everyone across the state to get out there. A little bonus ad for Christmas time that Walmart Toyland's going on.
Yeah, that's that. I thought I'd throw it out there in case people are in town. That's a big thing up here, and for people to know, we open registration. You can double up in division. Girls can wrestle open as well. So our goal is to get as much wrestling in for everyone. It's really the first big event of the season. We know people are going to be on the mat probably for the first time. So in that competition setting, so we really want to make sure that it's good for everyone, and we really look forward to it. We're really going to try to make it as good as we can for everyone. And any questions, just reach out to me. It's Eric ARYW @gmail.com, and you can just shoot me an email or text me, whatever, and I'll get back to you with any questions about registration or anything else on the wrestling front.
Awesome. So this will be our first event, and we're going to go through the USA Wrestling portal as we start transitioning our registrations to USA Wrestling. And it's important because we're going to talk about the pin rating as well as we start getting these pin ratings for our athletes, and we move all of our youth tournaments into registering through USA portal. And Eric, you want to kind of walk us through how easy registration is now?
Yeah. So
about registration, we're transferring from for Arkansas events versus flow wrestling or track wrestling, where you previously had to go into those two different ones. Right now for Arkansas wrestling, we're going to go registration through USA Wrestling, and it's going to look something like this.
Yeah, so right here, so I shared my screen, I popped this up. My two kids are registered already, but I'm gonna go through the process with my next door neighbor's daughter, who's actually a wrestler as well, because she hasn't registered yet, but I can go in, and this would be as if you were a club director registering one of your own youth. So this is my login right here. I'm gonna go in, and this is my portal. So everyone's gonna need a USA Wrestling card. Everyone should have a USA Wrestling card who's wrestling in Arkansas youth already. This is my portal. You should see it. You know, myself and my two children. So what I'm going to go here is I'm going to go to USAW events, and I'm going to go to event registration. Right. I'm going to type in. As you can see here, you know, it's one of the. So this is going to pop up every event that USA Wrestling has to offer across the country. Just happens because we're this weekend. You see right here, Tiger Kickoff Classic. If you had to, right up here in the left corner, you can type in Tiger.
Can you just put state as well, Eric? Can you just put in state without putting a name?
You could put in you could put in state, coach. The issue I've had with the state, just using state, is that it doesn't encompass all the dates. So last month, when we were in October, you must use the weekend where most of the wrestling happens. It's just popping up October events. So this is the way I've been doing it. Or type in the event name, and then it'll come here, Tiger Kickoff Classic. We're going to go to register, right, and it's going to bring you right to this dashboard. This is exactly what you're going to see. I'm not in here as an admin. This is my profile as if I was a parent or a coach. Here are all the tabs. If those have wrestled USA Wrestling events before, it looks very similar. I'm going to go right here to register now, and I'm going to register now. And these are my profiles. These are the ones that I've claimed myself and my two children, but because they've registered already, I'm going to use a different profile here. I'm going to type in, Elson Gallo, right? Who was my next door neighbor. She has a USA Wrestling card, right? So I'm going to type it in, and it's going to pop up her profile right here. I'm going to say select profile. Excuse me, select profile. And then it's going to bring me here. It's going to bring a USA ID number, her year of birth, and where her card is registered.
So what's interesting about this, Eric, not to cut you off there, but for our parents and stuff, it automatically, so that top row right there automatically has all your wrestlers' data in there based on her USA ID number. So it's a one-click process. It already knows their division, their date of birth, and all that good stuff. So it's already done for you. As soon as you click that profile, done.
So here, thank you, Coach, and that's one of the things I've had a couple parents reach out to me already saying, you know, in Arkansas we're birthday as of 9/1, right, which is consistent with Oklahoma and also Kansas. So if you're, you know, when you're thinking of it, you're saying, what was my child's age on September 1st, and that's the division they should be in. So we have these programmed in the system. It will be consistent for all events throughout the state of Arkansas. And here it allows Ellison, who's female, to wrestle either her age, Division III girls, or Division III open, and also one division up, Division IV or Division IV girls. So depending on the event,
automatically knows, because we've set up the parameters with USA, what their kids can wrestle. That's awesome.
Well, they can wrestle. So I'm going to go in here. You know, I'm going to acknowledge the waiver and refund policy. This here, the contact information, of course, is going to be yourself, and then also your medical treatment options. If, you know, God forbid there's an injury, we do have trainers on site, but this is your own personal preference. But just to move this forward, I'm going to save. Now, if you're registering multiple wrestlers as a club director, you would save and add more wrestlers, or for myself, I'm going to go save and continue to check out. Oh, I apologize. I didn't click here. So I'm going to go back to Division III girls. And then here, it's going to give you all the weight classes, right? So I'm going to put Ellison in 70 pounds, just for the purpose of this video. And I'm going to save and continue to check out. And then here. And then it's going to come up here with the registration entry, and then I'm going to pay by credit card, and you're going to be all done. And that's how you're going to do it. And with that, just continuing on, Coach, let me see here. Right here, if you can see the screen, hopefully this came through properly. Every event that ARYW has in Arkansas for November is live on USA Wrestling. Here, I typed in Arkansas with the start and end date just for demonstration. We have my event, the Bentonville Kickoff Classic. And then we also have the Battle for the Black Pearl down in Dover on November 18th. And then our first Triple Crown event, which is going to be the Bring the Hammer event in Cabot, also with the dual meet on Sunday. And here you can go in and register for those events already. They're live, good to go, all for USA Wrestling right now. So I think this is going to make it a lot easier for our state. It's going to be it's a lot friendlier, I think, for parents to get used to the system, take some pressure off those club directors who have been registering their kids for a long time. And I think it's good for everybody.
Outstanding. And so with this, and there's also we're gonna be putting together some other videos for our club directors, kind of like a FAQ kind of thing. There's some other options within the dashboard where we can register your club a little bit quicker as well. And so this is kind of like a parent can follow this process that Eric just went through to register their own kids by just claiming the profile, boom, hitting it right there. And then a director could do it as well just by searching. But there's also some stuff on that the club directors can do through their dashboard, which we're going to provide a series on. There's so much neat stuff that directors can kind of control through that dashboard, and we'll provide some more information on that as the season goes on. And it's only going to help our process at the weigh-in sites even better. And you'll see, I think, as we roll through this, Coach Dabowski, Eric, you've had the opportunity to work with USA Wrestling and prepare your event for how quick weigh-ins and divisions and how fast our tournament should start now, as it transfers. So we register through USA Wrestling, but the tournament will actually still be ran through Track Wrestling. So parents can still monitor the brackets and all that stuff through Track Wrestling. It's just an easier process to register through USA Wrestling. It saves our club directors money when they use USA Wrestling versus Track Wrestling. That Track charges a premium to register kids. So it's all around a great investment for us to move to this USA Wrestling. And then on top of all that, our pin ratings. You want to talk a little bit about pin ratings?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is really one of the big I think benefits of coming here to USA for those parents who've had the opportunity to wrestle at USA Wrestling events. A lot of these events are quite large, and your wrestler comes in for the first time and you're like, wow, my son or daughter is opening up against the #1 seed because they come in unseeded. And so USA Wrestling had rolled out this USA pin rating system, which they back tested against their junior national results, which many of you know is Fargo, the Fargo event up in North Dakota. And they found that a supermajority of their top 8 fell in this system, which is a ladder system called the pin rating. Here right now, you could see in our state of Arkansas, our top pin rated wrestlers. Active right now, you have Zach Donaldson from the Honey Badgers with the rating of 1120. This is his folk style rating. So if he was to wrestle, such as the preseason nationals up in Iowa, his rating would be based on this 1120 rating. Everyone starts at 1,000. The more you win and the more consistent you're winning, your rating will go up. As a ladder system, sort of, if you're familiar with, say, tennis or chess, an individual competition, it rewards consistency in winning. And then to get that rating higher, as you move higher, someone like Zach would have to wrestle higher rated opponents to get his rating higher. That way now, when we have our national teams that we're building in the spring, or those as we're growing the state and we want to get our wrestlers exposure regionally, they'll be able to come in there and be placed properly and be able to compete at these events and represent the state with their rating. And you could go in. This is you can see up here. It's www.themat.com results. You can go in here and you can. I apologize there. You can go in there and say, "Hey, I want to see how 12U is for male folk style." You can see Hayes Daniel here. Remington Hayes is Springdale, right? They have matches in the USA database. This is their pin rating. You can go into females here at 12U. Mazzy Williams with Springdale. You can separate it with any, and then also you can go into different styles of wrestling. Freestyle, probably gonna be a little more prevalent for our older USA Junior. We'll do here females here, and you can see Elena Williams out of Searcy, Arkansas, as our top female, and Skylar Lewis here in Northwest Arkansas. So this is a great system. And what the great part is now is all of our Arkansas events are gonna contribute to this pin rating system. So the more you wrestle in state and the more you win in state, the higher your rating will go. And when you go and compete regionally and nationally, people will know that you're a top wrestler here, and those ratings will reflect that. So it's a great system they rolled out. It's going to benefit our kids greatly. I really pushed for Bentonville, which is our first event on the ARYW schedule, to use this system so we can start building those pin ratings. And I'm really excited to see how it goes as a parent whose kids have just stepped into that Olympic styles and more of the national and regional competitions. It's going to be a great benefit, and it's going to make these kids really feel like they're accomplishing a lot in the sport. And I'm really excited to see how it develops throughout the year, and it's going to be great. I'm really pumped up about it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, we are definitely when we saw the benefits of this criteria at our U14. I can speak for the U14 as far as being a coach for that we actually had some criteria points going into this year's event, and obviously we'll have some more going with our current preseason nationals. We had a couple All-Americans on that one. If you check our Facebook page, see that we had a national champion in Madeline Medrano. So her pin rating obviously will increase. I think if we looked at, let's see what Madeline was, 12U girls.
12U girls, we could see 12U female, and that would be folk style. And the last update was 10/17. So she'll be able to get in here and she'll be rated. I imagine she'll have a nice rating increase there.
Our next update.
For that event. And so it might have been her first USA Wrestling event, and why she doesn't have a pin rating currently, but she'll have one when this gets updated, because she won that event up in Iowa. So
that's awesome. So we're going to keep growing the sport with the pin rating, keep growing our events, and have that opportunity to get our kids, our athletes. Again, this, as you can see through the drop down, this tracks them from U6 all the way to Olympic champion. As you pull that drop down up again, it goes all the way up through the senior men's freestyle team, senior women's, and that's our Olympic team. Yeah. So we're building the future here in Arkansas, and it's going to be amazing to see what we can do by look, there you go. You can see Kyle Snyder, Kyle Dake, and David Taylor. You can say, here, there's my goal. I want to be right up there with Dake and Taylor and maybe Zach Donaldson or Magnus Dubowski will be right there one day. That's awesome. All right, so we're set up for the season. Let's talk about weigh-ins and stuff like that. Weigh-ins, they can be remote for yours as well.
So we're hosting in person for those that are in town. We're hosting in-person weigh-ins at Bentonville High School. I believe it's 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's on our flyer. Or you can do remote weigh-ins. It's just I said, just give me a heads up. My email, ericayryw@gmail.com, to say, hey Eric, we're doing a remote weigh-in, and just just want to make sure that you're aware of it. We're asking for those weigh-ins to be sent in by Friday, November 3rd at 9 p.m. at 9 p.m. And that therefore I can get them in the system so we can get that wrestling started, right on time on Saturday. So it should be that's weigh-ins remote, and it should be we should be pretty good to go there. And it's all the weight classes are on the flyer, the divisions, etc. It should be this USA wrestling system will really help you out.
That's going to be awesome, brother. I'm excited for where we're going in the state. Again, if there's any questions about state stuff, you can find us on Facebook. It has numbers listed there. Event information, you can reach out to Eric for this one. Right after yours, we have the weekend off. From what I understand is deer hunting season starts here in Arkansas. So we had no events for the 11th, but that's okay. We had wrestling all around us. And then we'll kick off again in Dover on the 18th of November, followed by the next weekend's Triple Crown event. So it's going to be an exciting year, Eric. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. We're just starting. We got a full months of wrestling. It's gonna be great. I can't wait to see what those pin ratings are at the end of this. We go into that state championship. It's gonna be. We got a lot of kids, 1,200 wrestlers this year, and it's growing. And our females, and it's gonna be great. I can't wait to see the progress we make.
Do we get to 2,000? I think we hit 1,500 by our next podcast.
Yeah, that's be pretty cool. We're moving. We're rapidly growing.
That needle's going. All right. Hey, I appreciate your time. And we look forward to seeing you guys, everyone out there on the circuit. Have a good day, and let's get ready to wrestle.